$10,000 is the amount of money I want to make.
That was the plan a few days ago, because now things have changed.
The chassis is painting. Some accident before.
Did it pass?
7.
No. No! As of now, the calculations of this car is following. 65,000 with VAT, that was the cost of the car. 4 fenders, front bumper, windshield, rear bumper, 2 backlights, side left mirror, side step, and a spare tire. So now the car is looking great because the progress that we made, we fixed the side impact that it had. So now the car is looking pretty good. The only thing left is installing the fenders, installing the bumper, installing the windshield, and finding out the big question, the differential. Can I repair it or I need to buy a new one? And is there any more hidden damage that we just didn't see in this Jeep? This car I purchased in Dubai to export it to Spain. However, after doing the calculations again, I realized it might not make as much sense as I think. But more on that a bit later. Now we need to find out how much the repair is gonna cost me once the car is completely done. And once again, if we find any hidden damage, hopefully not.
So the differential was so f***ing annoying, and it is so f***ing annoying because the actual differential looks perfectly fine. The housing and everything is not cracked or anything. The accident was on the right side, and on the right side, that's where the computer of the differential is located, and that is what is damaged. If it is repairable, we can maybe solve the situation for around 2,000 dirhams. If it's not repairable, it will cost around 8,000 dirhams.
Fenders are okay, yeah, gaps and everything.
Yeah. All good. Fix this side, fix this.
Question is the hardtop. I need to search, I don't know, to sell.
60,000.
How much? 6,000?
Yeah, black one. Same color.
Gloss.
Close.
I will see. Bumper for Sport and Sahara is the same or no?
Same.
Same?
Same.
So the gap, this is the same, yeah?
Same. Someone before you opened the difference.
Yeah, because it got accident in America and they repaired it to bring here.
You repair the chassis. This is car you can't pass in UAE.
Why?
The chassis is painting, no? Some accident before. This
No,
paint.
are you sure?
Yeah.
Wait, what did he say?
Some accident before.
What the fuck? Where did that come from? It's weird because it didn't show.
This before the car is go to Dubai. Before.
But not here, not here.
Accidents.
Maybe they just painted it, but are you sure it's repaired? Where could it be repaired?
Yeah, this look here, the painting. No come is smooth.
Listen, just for you to understand. If this is a repaired chassis, we take it from how much we can make with this car to how much am I gonna lose if I ever get to sell the car. Because a repaired chassis, you can't register in Dubai and you can't sell it. What's gonna be my plan B? I don't even know where to start. All right, so I wasn't too convinced on how these fenders were looking, and for me, they were looking a bit off. So I went to a Jeep dealership to find a Sahara Wrangler, and with my exact measuring tool, which was taking an iPhone and sticking it between the bumper and the fender, find out if it's the same as in my car. As expected, the fenders are not correct. So we need to buy other ones, or we need to change them, whatever. While I was in the dealership as well, I checked out the chassis of a car that was there. It's a brand new car. And the thing that the mechanic told me was that my one was not smooth. I've never seen a chassis of a Wrangler, so I don't know if it needs to be smooth, rough, whatever. And checking that, you see that it was smooth, which was not the best news at that time because, you know, that's just a bit closer to the confirmation that it is a rebuilt chassis, which I'm not too sure yet. Okay, so technically speaking, everything is done. Well, that's what I hope. And we are right next to the garage, and in 10 minutes, the car, in theory, should be ready. What should be ready? Everything. Fenders, differential, windshield, etc. So, if everything goes correctly, we can take it from here and take it to the registration. And there, we will find out if I got f***ed and the chassis is bent or repaired or whatever. Or we pass it in with flying colors and nothing is gonna go wrong.
taking into the fact that we have a repair differential, a possible repair chassis, and, you know, realistically speaking, we are gonna probably have some problems.
All right, so it's looking good and great, but the biggest thing for me is to find out if this car has a rebuilt chassis or a fixed, whatever you want to call it, because that's the biggest part for me is like, am I gonna get stuck with this car or am I gonna make any money with this car? So in order to find that out, we need to take it to the government inspection, which is used to, you know, inspect the car before they allow you to register it. And before we get into that, I want to clean it, you know, to maximize my possibilities of them seeing a clean car and not saying, oh, this is dirty, this and that. So a clean car in order for them to be able to fully inspect it properly. All right, squeaky clean. Now let's answer the main question. How am I? And also get to test drive the car for more than 3 meters.
I'll tell you one thing, it's driving like absolute shit. Hopefully it passes inspection like this, but I'm not too sure.
So it's there and they told me to wait inside. We're obviously not gonna do that and we're gonna inspect how they inspect the car.
So they did the test with the rolling things and the guy just got out of the car and left. Now he went back, I don't know. But the big test is when they go under the car. Okay, so got told to leave. Apparently you can't wait inside. What a stupid rule. But anyway, they're continuing to inspect the car. You know, I want to be there just in case. I went to the office. I was like, all right, I'll just wait for the result inside. I get there, my number calls. And I sit down, I'm like, yeah, this is, and his phone rings, all right? And he basically told me he wants to speak with you. So I'm going now there, he's gonna tell me that it failed because of something.
So I sit down, you know, with the possibility of them saying, yeah, sorry, mate, your car is So I sit down and literally what happens is the guy is sitting in front of me, all right? And he, as I sit down, he receives a call. And I hear him saying, yeah, he looks at me. Yeah, he's here. All right, yeah, I'll tell him. Puts the phone down. He needs to speak to you. It's like, who the f needs to speak to me? The inspector. I'm like, oh my God. So right there, I'm like, all right, that's it. So what I'm thinking is for him, he's gonna take me, he's like, mate, look, right here, you see this?
This part is from one car, this is from another. I was expecting the worst. He tells me, mate, this car is not this car. I was like, what you mean? He's like, well, they don't match. This is a 2020 white Jeep Wrangler. I called the auction and they're like, yeah, we made a mistake. I was like, mate, can you just send me this? He was like, no, you need the physical paper and we're gonna need this back.
This just goes to show that you can't trust like everyone is gonna do a good job. I didn't check the VIN number of the documents they gave me. I know, sounds pretty stupid. You should have. I know, but with the Mercedes, I didn't even think about it. You just gave them everything was correct. So I need to go there and get a new one. I thought it would be as simple as, yeah, mate, sorry, give me a sec. Here it is. And I could go back, show it to the inspector and for him to actually inspect the car. No,
we need to change one word and that's gonna take 4 working days. The problem is, I do not know what to do in these 4 days. I could detail the car, which probably, yeah, it's a good decision. Or not. I don't know.
Okay, so while we wait for the VCC, I want to take this chance to explain my financial thinking regarding the export, all right? And why I think it might not be the best idea to export this car, all right? Let me go through this. This is the first case scenario if we do the original plan, which is export the car. And this is the scenario if I decide to keep it and try to resell it in the local market, all right? Let me explain everything that you're seeing. Very quickly, the car cost me 65,000 dirhams. The repair, all in all, more or less 20,000 dirhams. Shipping should be somewhere around 15,000 dirhams, but because it's an electric car and due to the situation, well, right now in the Middle East, the shipping is going to be anywhere from 18 to 20. More or less, they couldn't give me an exact quote, so 18 to 20,000. Taxes. This I include everything that I need to pay in Spain in order to have the license of the car. Now, there is a benefit for it being electric, and that is I save 14.75% on the taxes because it's a low emission car. However, there is a thing called homologation. Because this is an American spec, not a European spec, I need to homologate the car in order for it to be registrable. Is that word? Anyway, registrable in Spain. And that, because it's a hybrid car, is 3 to 4 times more expensive than it should have been. So instead of it being $1,000, $1,500, it's almost 6, or it's more than 6. Crazy. All in all, 57,000 dirhams, 635 for the taxes. So the total that I spent on this car, this is in Spain, registered, ready to sell. 162,635 dirhams. This is the potential profit. The market in Spain is around 50,000 euros for this car, all right? 48, 50. It's an accident car, it's an American car, and I would like to get this rid of it sooner rather than later. So let's just say 45,000 euros. That's 188, all right? 188 minus this, that's 25,000 dirhams in potential profit. Now, the ROI on the investment that I made, all right, that's how I calculated, and that's how I always will calculate these cars, all right? Doesn't matter if I have 100 or 1,000 cars, all right? It's all calculated in the money that you invested. In this case, is gonna be 162, and the amount of time that it took to get this amount of profit, all right? It's very different if I make 15% in 2 months or 12. Very different. For this to happen is around 4 to 5 months. First of all, the shipping is like 40 days. Second of all, the registration, the homologation and that process, that's another 30 to 40 days. Then getting the final license plate, that's another 30 days. And then selling the car. It's not gonna be immediate, right? I'm gonna start selling it and that's gonna take another month. So let's just say worst case scenario, that's 4 to 5 months. 5.8% divided by 5 months, that's 3.16% per month, all right? Take it into consideration that I am risking this amount of money. So almost double than in the local market, all right? To make 3.1% per month, okay? Now, let me quickly explain the local market. 65 plus 20, 85, I have in this car invested, okay? Now, profit, I would say, realistically speaking, is anywhere from 9 to 15. So if I have 85 invested in this car, and then I try to sell it for like 110, which is the market, they negotiate. Let's just say I sell it from anywhere from 94 to 100,000 dirhams, which is pretty realistic, to be honest. That means the profit would be 10.5% in this scenario and 17.6% in this scenario, all right? But time, from the moment that I purchased the car till I repaired and then sold it, let's say it takes, I don't know, 3 months, all right? And that's pretty pessimistic, okay? Something in between this, I don't know, let's call it 13%. 13% divided by 3, that's 4.33. So ROI, I have timed 2 times, great. ROI, let's just say it's 4.3%. That's more than here. And I have half of the money at risk, okay? So even if this takes longer, I could take this 80 grand that I invest here and buy another car. You understand what I mean? So in this case, I think it's better to sell this one here, make the same or even a bit more money, and then buy another car which is much better for export, something that doesn't have a hybrid battery, which would mean cheaper homologation, faster registration, and more profit, all right? So in this case, I think it's better to sell it in the local market. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I'm wrong. Might be wrong on this one. However, you know, risking double the amount of money for the same profit or even less with more headaches, more times, more risks, maybe even a harder market to sell it at, could be potentially a big mistake.
All right, so here's the car. Ready. Hooks are the correct color, all right? Same here. That torque is the correct color. Everything else seems to be a-okay. So now we need to just clean the car and hopefully it passes inspection.
All right, so as soon as I got the new VCC, took the car directly to the inspection and went for inspection number 2. There, got told off for filming, so they almost kicked me out, so I couldn't really get much footage there. And went inside to get the result. I was like, this is it. There's nothing, like I checked, like I should know now if this car was damaged or not.
If it is actually chassis damage and the thing got repaired, then I am so fucked.
Hello. 137.
LV1.
Did it pass?
7. Counter.
Passed?
1.
Great.
1. L.
Yes, boy. Yes. Okay, just to reconfirm, we have a pass. A pass. Thank God. And not even a slight, you know, possibility of anything. I've asked and they were like, no, it's perfect. This car has been used for off-roading, forest, whatever. And because of that, there is a coating on the chassis. And they apply that coating when you want to protect the car from rust, which means that we don't have chassis damage.
After that, went directly to the wheel balancing shop because the car was going all over the place, and then to the detailers to get the photos and publish this car as fast as possible to sell it.
All right, here she is. Beautiful as ever. It's looking pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised. They've done everything, even under the car. Looks pretty good. The only thing left is for me to understand if I need to change this, which is a soft top, and all the cars that are for sale at the moment, they all come with a hard top. So I'm not too sure if I need to change it, but it's 6 grand dirhams, like $2,000, let's just say. I'm just gonna try and sell it like this. The interior is looking fantastic. I mean, as good as it can look, but to be honest, they've done a great job with all the plastics and everything. It feels new, incredible. Now I can see the value in the car. Now I'm like, yes, this is worth this much. So the car is done and the car is driving beautifully. And once this is sold, I will buy another thing. I don't know what is it gonna be. Leave a comment down below what you want me to buy, you know, to make things a bit more interesting. Keep it realistic, please, all right? We just need to remember this is a business first. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.